Blessings and peace to you. Another video is being shown here by us. Remember to give the video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button on the channel. Now, we are going to talk about situations in which God does not want you to be with a particular person. As you can see, these are the 6 indicators that He will show you, okay? Always keep in mind that God is communicating with us. Before the arrival of disaster, God always gives us a warning. During Noah's time, Noah was not only responsible for the construction of the ark, but the Bible also stated that he was a preacher of righteousness. As a result, Noah was using caution. Are you sure that they were making fun of him and calling him various terrible names? Therefore, God almost always uses other individuals to warn others, and the Holy Spirit of God will also alert you. So it is imperative that we obey. Because warning comes before disaster, we are obligated to pay attention to and heed the voice of God. The following are 6 indicators that we are going to learn about, regardless of whether it was a friendship, a romance, or even a member of the family. This is the evidence that He will present to you. Number 1, He will allow them to hurt you. We have seen this, particularly in the context of a relationship or simply a social connection. If you continue to be attached to individuals who do not have your best interests at heart, people who are offspring of Satan, which is, tares, if you continue to be attached to them, God will enable the adversary to leap inside of them in order to damage you. Before God accomplishes anything, please remember that He is the creator of both light and darkness. God will thus continually alert you to the repercussions of their conduct before He allows them to harm you. This is what happens when God permits them to harm you. God will allow the adversary to infiltrate you if you disobey Him, because He loves you so much and wants to hurt you. He will permit the enemy to enter them if you disobey. God is going to give you numerous warnings. This video could be an attempt to alert you. If you are showing them the fruits of the Spirit, being a decent person and shining your light for them, yet they still injure you repeatedly, that is God's way of allowing it to happen. Of course, there are instances in which the reason someone hurts you is your own fault. They will still harm you, though, if you are a kind person to them, a light to them, and so on. We are past being idiots. We need wisdom to guide us. To enable the Spirit of knowledge to instruct, mentor, and reprimand us, we must allow it to reside inside us. God made knowledge for precisely that purpose. Don't discount knowledge. Avoid becoming the stupid guy or the stupid lady. That makes it the top item. Always remember that it's not just them. God is enabling them to damage you when He permits it. The God of God is envious. What do you suppose God will do when He witnesses His lambs wandering? He will allow that adversary to cause you harm. You now have the choice, since some people experience recurrent hurt and yet find it difficult to let go. You are responsible for that. You will always receive a warning from God. The first step toward catastrophe is warning. If you want to be clever, you must first learn to be foolish. God was enabling them to do it because of the pain that they were experiencing. All right, that's the top spot. This needs to be in the correct sequence, the very first thing that comes to mind. Number 2, God will speak to you in dreams. In addition, if you are dealing with things in the shadows, or if you are opening doors to the devil, the adversary may also offer you nightmares. It's possible that you're engaging in activities such as fornicating, visiting inappropriate websites, playing with oneself, using drugs, and so on. Dreams might be given to you by the adversary when you are unlocking doors in order to trick you. Assume for a moment that God does, in fact, bring someone into your life, and all the while you are acting in secret and opening doors to the devil. Now, since you are having nightmares, the adversary may be planting seeds in your mind that this person is a nasty person, or that they are not intended to be a part of your life that you are experiencing. You must thus possess wisdom. In your dreams, God will communicate with you. Even when you are being obedient, praying, and asking God for signs, there are instances when God will communicate with you via your dreams. In your dreams, God will communicate with you. Despite the fact that the adversary can also offer you dreams, it is essential to remember that God is the one who gives you dreams. Having a dream might serve as a warning from God. In the same way as Joseph did, Joseph could interpret things he saw in his dreams. Joseph received visions, prophecies, and other forms of communication from God in his dreams. It would be best if you comprehended the significance of dreams, but keep in mind that you need to use discretion. Identify if the dream is coming from God or the enemy, and take appropriate action. Number 3, your life will fall apart. You've noticed that things have been getting worse since you decided to be with that individual. The fact that these things are going south is something that you notice, even if it is a friendship and not a romance. By doing so, they are squandering not just your time, but also your energy and your resources. Things are just beginning to go backward. Before they entered your life, you were happy with everything that was going on, but ever since they did, things have been nothing but a downward spiral. Given this, it is clear that God does not want you to be in the same place as them. It is imperative that you pay attention to the warning indicators and the red flags. I liken red flags to the warning light that appears on the dashboard of an automobile. The warning light that appears on the dashboard is the check engine light. The car will either explode or stop in the middle of the road if you continue to drive it. Either way, it is going to happen either. It serves as a warning. The situation is the same when you keep getting warning signs repeatedly. In addition to that, there are also green flags, and we must recognize the green flags as well. But when you see the warning signs, you have to allow them to warn you. All of a sudden, your life will begin to dissolve. When God puts people into your life, it is inevitable that they will not be perfect, and they will not be sinless, but they will be assisting you in growing closer to Him and assisting in being more a better person. Furthermore, we will also discuss that in the 5th point. Still, let's go on to the next issue. Number 4, they will use you and still reject you. You need to realize that a rejection might also be God's way of protecting you occasionally. The rejection of some individuals in your life may be a sort of protection, but there are times when God will have you reject them. Those individuals who are continuously taking more than they give will never wish to offer anything back. It would help if you stayed away from these individuals, gentlemen. They are only going to be users. They serve a similar purpose to a parasite, a leech, and an energy vampire. In the same way that there are parasites, remember that God is the creator of everything, and He created the ants in the same way. Is the Bible indeed instructing us to be as intelligent as an ant? Just what are the ants doing? During the summers they gather their crop, and after that they consume it throughout the rest of the year. God created these creatures to impart wisdom to humankind. Those are the kinds of people that exist. You can even find that in the Bible. There are certain people that are parasites. When certain people enter your life, they do so with the sole intention of draining you, sucking your energy, sucking your body, sucking your soul, and sucking your spirit. To put it another way, there are certain people who are parasites. Because of the nature of these individuals, you need to use extreme caution. As a result of the fact that they will utilize you but still reject you, they will take advantage of you. It is not a good idea to be the kind of person that other people may easily take advantage of. It is essential that you love yourself. Individuals who are used in such a manner are not the sort of individuals who love themselves. When you don't love who you are, you let other people take advantage of you and swindle you without you realizing it. You may be aware with your head and conscience that this person has taken advantage of you, but you don't even care since you don't love yourself. A bad guy will take advantage of that as soon as he sees it. We've frequently witnessed people exploiting someone because they didn't love themselves, especially in friendships. Thus, always remember to love who you are. Where does one find self-love? By offering Christ your entire existence. He will remove all obstacles, refresh your thinking, and teach you to love yourself after you have accepted Christ. That is crucial. Number 5, they will push you away from Christ. And what is Christ? It is light. They are going to force you to move away from the light. In addition, when you are being pushed away from the light, where do you go to enter it? You are about to enter the shadows. Therefore, when God is attempting to teach you that they are not intended to be in your life, the individuals who come into your life will behave like this. You are just going to sink deeper and deeper into the shadows with time. They will try to drive you away from Christ. They will try to drive you away from the Bible. They will try to drive you away from prayer. They will try to drive you away from fasting, and they will try to drive you away from building up your soul. In their eyes, everything revolves around the flesh, including hanging out with individuals who are not holy and other such activities. They will cause you to turn away from Christ, which will result in you being in the shadows. Before something like that occurs, before they make you turn away from Christ, God will give you a warning. The first step toward catastrophe is warning. Do not forget to comprehend that. When things start moving from bad to worse in your life, you will also notice this. You will realize that things are becoming worse right away. It's possible that things will worsen for you men, regardless of whether you start losing more money, and maybe most crucially, you have severed your connection with God. To put it simply, that is the worst thing. To put it another way, these demons, these adversaries, these children of Satan, the tares, will accomplish just that. All of a sudden your life will begin to dissolve. Number 6 will be, they will cause confusion. You guys need to realize that it's a warning sign when someone tries to confuse you or pushes a confused mindset on you. This is cause for concern. The opponent refers to us as confused. These are the kinds of folks you need to be extremely wary of. Recall that the Bible declares that confusion is not the work of God. What does that mean then? This implies that someone acts double-mindedly if they put uncertainty on you, mislead you, or claim one thing while doing otherwise. Let's include it as well. Duplicitous. You know, even if they say I love you, they actually despise you the next day. I love you, sadly, is how relationships these days work. They may adore you one day and detest you the next. They will love you one day. It's confusing. God forbids you to be in a relationship with a hypocrite, someone who acts in opposition to what they say. Guys, you have to be aware of the indications. God forewarns you all the time. These 6 things are only some of the countless things that are available. When it comes to determining whether or not you should be with someone, God will reveal the following 6 facts to you. 1. He will allow them to hurt you. 2. God will speak to you in dreams, but always remember that the enemy can grant you dreams as well. 3. Your life will fall apart. Okay, things start to go downhill. 4. They will use you and still reject you. They will take advantage of your resources, money, energy, and perhaps even your body. The Bible advises against fornication because of this. Don't allow any man to exploit you physically. Avoid infidelity. Follow the correct path. Get married to get the blessing. Exercise patience and trust in God. And if you're not interested in getting married, then continue practicing celibacy, staying on nofap, and retaining your semen. 5. They will push you away from Christ, push you away from the light, and make you away from spirituality, building up your spirit. More distance from Christ indicates greater distance from the light, greater distance from God, and greater distance from the Holy Spirit. Therefore, make sure you comprehend that they will push you away and force you to focus solely on them throughout the day, never again on God or heavenly things instead of anything else. Distracting you is the enemy's main objective, folks. 6. They will be confused and double-minded. Please remember to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed it and learned anything from it.